a consciousness that actually like funnels life force energy into separation. Okay, meaning is like a funnel or a vessel, right? A mechanism, a machine of consciousness, right? An idea that that funnels your life force energy and life force energy flowing through you into separation. So our beautiful Chris wrote about having the fear, she's like, well, more than the virus, I'm actually scared of cancer. And as I say it, I get chills down my spine, right? So then you want to begin looking at, well, what does the cancer mean to me? Right? What does the cancer mean to me? And as I ask you that, Chris, I can actually feel that there's quite a bit of meaning underneath it. Does that make sense? So what does it mean? Well, it means that maybe life isn't going to work out. Maybe you don't know God. Maybe you are separate. Maybe God does want to kill you. Maybe you did do something wrong. Maybe you did something really bad, right? But so if you look at all of these and all of this meaning, this is where we have empowered that meaning with giving attention, with giving it our life force energy. And all that meaning, I guarantee, is from a past moment. Okay? The ego uses all meaning to step in and control you. Right? This universe, if you look into our natural selves, outside of the illusion of separation that we have in this consciousness, who we are in another dimension, another space, like basically anything we imagine shows up. But there's no way to imagine anything out of love. Right? So anything we imagine shows up. So does anything mean anything? If everything's here, everything's possible, everything's instant, nope, it doesn't really. It doesn't have a meaning. It just has, the greatest level of meaning it has is choose your own adventure. What would you choose? Does that make sense? So the greatest level of meaning you could even look at is like, all right, so what do you choose for the fun and joy of receiving it? Like that's how real life functions without separation. That's what's really happening here. So meaning is a way for the ego to play God. Right? Meaning is a way for the ego to siphon your life force energy into a belief and play God. And the meaning is what the experience of the belief. So what if you allowed belief and meaning to literally kind of be in two different worlds, right? What do I mean by that? Well, okay, so if you know that you are loved and somebody says, I don't really love you, there's no meaning to that. You go, well, I know that I'm already loved and I'm already being loved, so you can say that to me, but it doesn't mean anything, right? You're free. You don't have to go into the ego. You just go, oh, wow, okay, well, that's an interesting perspective that you believe that you don't love me when you are love and I am love and we are love and all is love. Figure out how you're even coming to that conclusion. Does that make sense? Yeah, right? Okay. So yet, if it means something, I am not, somebody says, well, I don't love you. And it means something to you, right? And your ego has roped you into believing that it are the same, saying, yeah, well, this means a lot because life is out to get us and this bad stuff happened and, controlling you with all of that meaning. So everything you give meaning to, that is actually the ego giving meaning to it so that it can stay in control. Okay, so just take a breath and breathe that in. Okay, go ahead and say, oof. I now accept that everything I thought I was giving meaning to, that it is not my meaning. That was the ego making meaning so that it can continue to siphon life force energy. Okay, isn't that amazing? So take a breath and breathe that in. So meaning is a trap that keeps you in fear, right? Because, so I'll show you how this works. Okay, so it means something to you. The ego has made it mean something to you that somebody says, I don't love you, right? And then it reminds you of the past and the partner that left and the mom that left. And, it's just a line of meaning, okay? And that's all the ego is meaning, because you are a being of source energy. You're one with source. So this is all the ego's world. So all of that meaning makes you feel separate from source. All meaning makes you feel separate from source. And then what happens is that in your life, you become scared, not of the actual experience of somebody saying, I don't love you. What you're actually scared of is the meaning. Because the meaning is where you put your life force energy, and now you have to experience that meaning. So what you're scared of is not actually the thing, it's the meaning. So I'll wrap this around one more time for you guys. So somebody comes up to you and you're completely loved. You know you're loved. You know they're loved. You know that you're loved. You're just not inside that field. And they say, I don't love you. And you go, cool, it doesn't mean anything to me. Right? Well, you're not scared to have somebody say, I don't love you. Why would it matter? But when the ego has made the past separative experiences mean something, right? Then you are scared of the meaning itself. And you're like, oh my God, I don't want to go into that situation because I know he's going to tell me that he doesn't love me, and then that's going to bring up how my mom and my dad and this and that. And do you see what I mean? Same experiences. So what if it was time to harness back all of the power that you've given to any meaning? Yeah? We stand for love. We stand for